the process of replacing our current smart V3 system to a new system called ITEL, if I'm not mistaken. I think this will start next semester. Okay, so we are very excited and cannot wait to know more and get some sharing about this new system today from Prof. Fong and his team. And we hope this will help us to achieve the KPIs of the faculty, also the university, in terms of e-learning. Okay. Once again, I think without further ado, I would like to thank Prof. Fong again and team, and welcome to Sandakan. Okay, virtually. Okay, thank you. So Puan Dike, is it we pass to Prof. Fong, right?
Yep. All right,
Yeah.
Prof. Fong.
So Prof. Fong, we pass the floor to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you, Prof. Matia Dr. Muhammadu Boy Jallo. Thank you so much. Okay, and also thank you, Puan Daud Aziza. Okay, the PowerPoint is displayed. Okay. The roadshow at faculty ini will be conducted by Puan Sami, our Deputy Director, and we have also Eugenia, our coordinator for MOOC and OER, and also Encik Aminuddin, our coordinator for blended learning and training. And every word that they are going to share are so important and valuable to fulfill our KPI and to help you achieve higher marks for your ELMPT. So it's a very important sharing today. Okay, I will give a very brief overview concerning what is going on. Okay. Zhu, please move on. An overview of what is happening in UMS with regard to technology-enabled learning. Move on. Okay. This is a team, very small team, and our team deputy director is Puan Sami. Our coordinator for MOOC and OER again is Puan Eugenia Ida Edward, and we have also Encik Aminuddin. Okay, and we have Zhu Fadli, who is a very important man at our help desk. So whenever you have problem, you contact us. He's the first actually to receive it. Then we have our Ketua Pentadbir, Encik Wazir. We have Alex as well as Fazil. Okay, continue. So our coordinators are here, and that is where we have our Nur Haziza supporting PEP and your faculty to make sure that whatever activities are all conducted. So thank you so much, Nur Haziza. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, go on. Move on. Our mission and our vision are all aligned according to the Malaysian Education Blueprint, as well as the Japan 2.0, we call it, and also along with our KRA UMS. Move on. Yeah. We have actually 7 strategic plan and 20 action plan. And if you want more detail, you please click into it. Later on, you just click to the link and you can explore further. All of them are actually to benefit our main key stakeholders, our students, as well as ourselves, our academic staff. Please move on. Yes. So whatever that we do here is all berdasarkan, is based upon the fulfillment and the realization of the Malaysian Education Blueprint. So we have shift number 9, which is actually the GOL, Globalized Online Learning. And this is where the ministry is spending a lot of effort to promote GOL so as we are an enabler to bring out the type of graduates that we want for future-proof graduates. Move on. Japan, another link is there. Please go in, at least you glance through what are we trying to do in the e-learning environment. It's all out here. Go on. So from the Japan, we have the KPI, blended learning, MOOC and OER. Move on, please. So from the blended learning KPI, we can see that the blue line indicates that actually in last semester, it should be achieving 60% as a national target. We are very happy and proud to announce and declare that UMS stands at 97%, way above, and is among the top in the University Awam. So give yourself a clap, please. Congratulations, everybody. And for this, we have to say a big thank you to our Prof. Dekan, to Dr. Jallo, and to, of course, Nur Aziza for helping to actually achieve this, which is remarkable. Move on. Yeah, so you can see that even last semester, 100% for semester 1, semester 2, 100%. Wow, excellent. Okay. So we are doing very well. Congratulations. Please move on. Okay. So FPL has climbed up steadily and is consistently doing very well. So the question is, what next? What next? So this is where this roadshow is all about. And afterwards, you'll be listening to the challenges that we have and how we are going to achieve something new for the PTG. Move on, please. Yes. So other than the blended learning, we have also the KPI for OER. So we can see that your faculty has got a substantial amount of OER. And that 22, we believe that this year, Dr. Jallo, it should be over 200 OER. How will it be achieved? Okay, let's have a look. Go on. So this is our repository, okay? And it's called the OER at UMS repository. Please remember that this repository is very robust, and whatever that you upload over here will be picked up by Google Search and Google Scholar. And it will increase the visibility of our lecturers, as well as, of course, the visibility of UMS in the world. Please move on. So afterwards, Puan Eugenia will be sharing considering how you could upload your OER to comply to certain standards. They can qualify to be here, okay? And as long as it's uploaded, then it will be, you can report it in your SMPPI, and you can then put it in the ELMPT as a non-index publication. So ini diisytiharkan, by UMS. That whatever you put in, it will be verified by penerbit, and then it will be given each OER 0.25. So if you have 5 of them, what would be the value? So you can see actually it's very valuable. And this is what I mean by, all this will help to increase your marks in the ELMPT. Move on, please. So OER is one of them. The other one is MOOC. And MOOC is, how is this, please? Coming up now, okay. How many are there? Still 0, So we hope that at the end of this session, many of you will be encouraged and motivated by Puan Eugenia's explanation concerning how to prepare MOOC and how actually we have the facilities here to support your development. Please move on. So Puan Eugenia afterwards will go through in detail. Move on, please. This will be covered by Puan Eugenia. Please move on. Yes. So you see, we have also the, we'll help you to produce your video. Please move on. Yes. So again, MOOC, once it's produced, then you report to SMPPI and you register it in ELMPT under MOOC, which carries a value of 1.1. So if you're thinking of writing an academic textbook, why not go for MOOC? Okay, this is also one of them. Go on, please. These are all gazetted. Of course, when we're doing something online, there will be a lot of challenges. And one of them is, how could we make our learning content, how could we make our activities, how could we make our pentafsiran online. all at the higher order thinking level of the Bloom taxonomy. So these are some challenges. Go on. Okay. We have the social constructivist paradigm, which is actually the foundation of our ITEL. Okay. If you look at the diagram there, the subject are the students and the outcome, okay, the course learning outcome. And within the ITEL environment or the Smart UMS environment, online, there are certain rules that you can tell the student, the type of agihan tugas you can tell the student, and using different functionality of our apps or of our ITEL, then it will bring out different kind of outcome. Go on, please. So another challenge, of course, is how to get our students engaged, interact online, which is a big problem. Encik Aminuddin will be sharing concerning this. Go on. We send upon TPEC model, the three circles to the right. We are the content expert. You are the content expert. You have your own pedagogical approaches. You are the best person to say, I want to teach it this way or that way. Then you consider what kind of technology or app to come to enhance your productivity among your student and yourself. Go on. So this is just a general chart, on how we can make use of different tools to support your different activities to realize your course learning outcome. Example, you look at the highest order one, which is create, move. So at the highest order thinking, we have certain activities that can fulfill certain course learning outcome. Then we bring in tools. Please remember that learning design, learning activities come in first. Okay? Then we consider what kind of a tool actually come in to enhance it. Move on, please. Yes. So again, our slogan here is learning design first, technology second. It is your activity is number one. Then you consider the different apps. The apps of yesterday might be obsolete to today, and then tomorrow there might be another technology. Move on, please. So during the pandemic, many of us have got different approaches of teaching and learning. That list sharing that you have, which is just about 3 minutes, you share it in this website, TELCOP, Teaching Technology-Enabled Learning Community of Practitioners. And whoever that shared over here, you receive actually a certificate that is signed personally by the TNCA. Okay, please move on. There are a lot of publications. Please visit our website. There are a lot that can be used by our student. Continue. There's also one where those of you who have developed OER and you want to make it more inclusive, there's also a publication that's available. And this was produced actually with UNESCO Commonwealth of Learning, with our Ministry of Higher Education, and UMS actually took the lead in this. It's available online. You can see the link there. Move on. By the way, those of us who are interested to apply for grant and you want to stand upon something what is new and what is moving on for this year in the Ministry of Higher Education. So this is one of the agenda for this year, making educational resources inclusive. So if you apply for any kind of grant, it will definitely be readily welcome by the ministry. Okay, go on, please. So there are many publications. Visit our website. Help desk, that is Zul, who is ever ready to assist every one of us. Go on. Yeah, I'm going to show 2 video clips. One of them is the launching, and another one is concerning our Green Studio. Zul, please play the Green Studio punya promosi first, and then afterwards you play this one. Then afterwards, will be followed by Point Eugenia, and then Encik Amin, and then Point Sami. Let's view the 2 video clips.
Get ready to take your video to the next level with our expert videography services, now available with green screen technology. From product demos to corporate interviews, our green screen technology enables us to seamlessly integrate any background, making your video look professional and polished. The Center for E-Learning, UMS, is proud to announce the launch of the Video Recording Studio, which is currently available for the whole staff at UMS for the express purpose of creating video content for lectures, training, and professional video creation. Here are some example videos that PEP Studio has created.
Hello and good morning everyone. Salam Malaysia Madani. I hope all of you are doing well. Welcome to this course.
If you have any questions, please email me, dorpeso@ums.edu.my. See you in the next lesson.
The perfect shot is just a booking away. Reserve our green screen service today at PEP Studio, UMS.
Yes. Thank you, Zhu. So indeed, this facility is now available to all, especially those who are producing MOOC. You are given a first preference. Okay, the next slide, and this is concerning actually the launching of our ITEL and PTG.
Introducing a learning management system, ITEL, version 4.0, University Malaysia Sabah. ITEL at UMS Interactive, Innovative, Technology-Enabled Learning. The UMS Learning Management System is part of the Digital Learning and Teaching Space Initiative. ITEL at UMS was developed with the joint efforts of the Department of Information Technology and Communication, JTMK, and the Center for E-Learning, PEP. Introducing you to our new look. Experience new heights of education. Reach out to the most competent and passionate mentors. Great learning experience, categorized activities or resources, make it easy for users to add materials according to learning objectives. We will send you a notification to keep you updated. Addo Editor. Enhanced accessibility for screen readers and keyboard navigation in Moodle's text editor. ITEL. Learn remotely from anywhere.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, my dear colleagues, this is my sharing until here, and we'll pass it to one Eugenia at this moment in time. and see actually how we can move forward with respect to our agenda. Eugenia? Yeah.
Okay, good evening, everybody. So I'm Eugenia. I'm as the Penyelaras MOOC and OER. So I won't be touching on OER so much because we have a very short time, because I'm sure most of you will be asking more questions on ITEL and also PTG. But it's just that I'm going to tell you on the latest updates on what we have on MOOC. And some of you might still be wondering what should be put in MOOC. Okay, but before we go and have a look at my PPT, I'm just going to go through the step-by-step guide on how do you need to apply for MOOC. So let's go here. Yeah. So how do you need to register for MOOC? So previously, I'm not sure if you are, you know the procedure before this. Before this, we share the template and you have to fulfill the template first, then we only give you the platform. But this time, we will give you an ample of time to have your work to be reviewed before it's published. Okay, so this time we will give you 6 months to develop your course. Okay, and then we will give you a form. Okay, this is by, you can get it from your Penyelaras. We will soon finalize the how many forms that you should fill in, then pass it to your Penyelaras, then only you can apply from there. Okay, so this one, once you have decided to open up your course for MOOC, then only we will email you the link for you to develop your MOOC. So as you go through our checklist, you will also have to develop your MOOC at the same time. So it's within the time frame of 6 months. Okay, so after that, okay, once you've done and you think you've already completed all the checklist, then you will need to notify us that you have already completed and you would like to have your MOOC courses to be reviewed by the selected reviewers that you have already select. Okay, make sure these reviewers, these 2 reviewers, are the expert in that particular field that you are teaching. Okay, so definitely we will have to have 2 reviewers, and then we will issue their appointment letter as a reviewer, and then they will have their time within a month time to give us their feedback. So once we get their feedback, and then we will pass it back to you. Okay, whether you would like to have their recommendations or suggestions to be put in your MOOC course, it's up to you again. So that one, okay, once you are done, then you will have to notify your Penyelaras, your coordinator, e-learning coordinator in your own faculty, then they will notify us. Okay, so after that, once they're done, then you will receive your status by from our email saying that your course is up and running and it's published and you can share it with your students. Okay, so that's I think the easy step-by-step guide on how do you need to apply for MOOC. So let's go to the PPT. Okay, so this time, I'm going to show you the content that you should have or must be in MOOC. Yeah. So, so the presentation outline, I've already talked to you about how do you need to go about the application. So how do you need to create your MOOC? Okay, what should be inside your MOOC course weekly? Okay, so this is some sort of a step-by-step guide, but it's not in the form of infographic, so it's in the form of PPT. So first things first, you need to have your landing page. Landing page is what they call laman promosi. We refer this to a lot of Malaysian MOOC, okay, Malaysia MOOC, okay, we refer a lot. but the best and the most friendly MOOC website design was done by, I think, Putra MOOC. Okay, so they have this laman promosi, which they call as landing page. So what should you have in that landing page? So don't worry about that. You just give us the info. We will put the landing page for you in MOOC platform. So course information you have to provide, okay, the course synopsis, okay, just the course synopsis. You don't need to put in the table 4, yeah, nothing table 4 in MOOC, yeah. So only course synopsis, what can they learn throughout the weeks or topics that they are going to go through for that course. Learning outcome, okay, towards the end of the course, what can they learn? So duration, it should be minimum 4 weeks or 4 topics, okay? It cannot be less than that. All right, so the level you need to provide to us which level of learners are suitable for this course. For example, beginner, or it can be intermediate, or it can be advanced. Okay, so fee, definitely for now, it's free for our students. Okay, it's not, you cannot charge our students to go into MOOC because we need that hits. We need people to try out. Okay, all right, so for now it's free because we are doing it internally. Our server is still in the process of, how do you say, process of renovating a lot of things inside. I'm not sure what do you call that, modification of a lot of things, because Putra MOOC is parked under Open Learning, but we've decided to use our own server in UMS due to safety or security reason. So therefore, JTMK is still trying their best to complete it within these few months. Okay, so for now we are parking our MOOC in ITEL. So once JTMK say, okay, everything is ready, then we proceed to put it as public. Okay, so for now, we do it for free. Okay, all right. So image of the course, it's up to you. Where do you need to get your image? Just make sure the license is not copyright. Okay, so make sure it is under Creative Commons license. Okay, you get the image, you can go and Google in creativecommons.org to get a lot of free images that you can share. Okay, all right, so that is about landing page. So this is a sample. Okay, I can't go in, okay, to the short of time that we have. You can go and explore yourself. It's very friendly. The website's very friendly, and you can just, you don't need to do a lot of signing up. So you just have to browse through what do they have in Putra MOOC. So maybe that can just give you an idea on how do you need to go about MOOC. Okay, as you can see here, this is Tamadun Islam, if I'm not mistaken. So there's no certificate offered for this course, and it's only 8 hours and 4 weeks. Okay, so it's a very short course. So they have it as MOOC. Okay, so they have a video to introduce their course as well. Okay. So main page, what we call as main page is right on top of the course where you need to introduce your course, introduce yourself. So that is what we call as main page. Hold on, yeah. Okay, so the greetings, okay. Greetings, you should start off with saying hi to everybody and looking forward for the lesson. I'm excited to be your teacher or lecturer for this course. Okay, so greetings you need to have in your main page at the top. The first block of the platform is your is the main page. Okay, it's called as main page because if you were to do it by topic, also it will appear in every single topic. Okay, so greetings, okay, lectures, information, you can do it in a form. All these greetings, lectures, information, you can do it in the form of PPT, or you want to record yourself talking about it. Okay, it's up to you. So teaching schedule, if you have any schedules that you have to see your students face to face, okay, then you just write it there. Okay, you just put your schedule there so that your students can see when are you available to meet face to face. I mean through Google Meet, okay, it can be in the form of Zoom, okay, so up to you. So introduction video, just like what we have seen in the previous slide, okay, there's a brief introduction of that particular course, okay, they introduce the course synopsis and all, so maybe what in every week, what's the topic, okay, they tell in that introduction video. So ice breaking, it can be in a form of face-to-face, or it can be in a form of Padlet, or forum, or up to you. It can be you want them to upload stuff, videos, up to you. Okay, again, make sure all these 5 elements are in your main page. Okay, so those are the criteria. So again, I told you just now, minimum 4 topics or 4 weeks. Some lecturers, they prefer to call their course as topic, okay, the name of the topics each week. Some prefer to call it as week 1, week 2, week 3, okay? So make sure you have this minimum 4 topics or weeks, but you can go to 5 weeks or 6 weeks or 7 weeks, it's up to you, but cannot go more than 14 weeks, okay? Because it's way too long already. Okay, so learning outcomes, it must be emphasized in each week. So for this week, okay, week 1, the students are going to learn about this. Okay, so emphasize that. All right, so that one. So course content. So the first things first, definitely your original video. As you can see that we have already prepared the UStudio for all UMS staff to have their video recorded and edited by Zul and also Putra Faiz. Okay, we have them to help us out with the editing part. You can also record on your own in FPL, use your own app. I'm not sure what you guys are comfortable in using. Okay, so just please make sure that it is good quality, and make sure the audio also can be heard clearly. Okay, so towards the end of the video, as you can see, I think Dr. To Pei Song, she has told everybody to email her on any information, as you can see from the UStudio's video just now. Okay, you need to have your information about the presenter and the developer. For example, your MOOC, it can be a one-man show, but you can also have your group, okay, a team with you working on the development of that MOOC. Okay, so definitely you need to have your team members to be put the name of the team members there. Okay, so make sure also that there's no sensitive issues on politics, religions, or racist remarks even. So definitely, to save you from that, you can use disclaimer alert. It can be right on top, main page, or it can be right down below the course, okay, towards the end of the course, okay, disclaimer alert. Okay, it should be mentioned at least once in any of the space provided in that MOOC course. So all works featured in MOOC should use Creative Commons license. Okay, whatever you put in MOOC, ITEL, or OER, sorry, repository, Creative Commons license is a must. You cannot have something that is already published outside and put it in MOOC in OER. Okay, not allowed, even in ITEL. Okay, that is a warning. Okay, so that is for the course content. So remember, we have to have 1 video for each week minimum. Okay, it can be in the form of 2 videos or 3 videos in 1 week. So that videos should be 3 to 4 minutes length, or it can go more than 4 minutes, which is 10 minutes maximum. Okay, you cannot go for 30 minutes or 1 hour. It's too long. Okay, so 1 video, original video that's from you, 1 activity, and 1 assignment for every single week. So again, I put here 4 activities because that's the minimum course or week that you should open for MOOC. So a total of 4 activities in 1 MOOC course. Okay, so because we go for the minimum, okay, because a lot of you might say, oh, it's too long, it takes a long time to prepare one course, yeah. So we give the we give you a very short one so that you can at least practice, and maybe you can go for more than that. Okay, so 4 activities for overall MOOC and also 4 assignments for the overall MOOC. Okay, so assignment, it can be formative, it can be in the form of quizzes, 10 quiz, just to test whether your students understand the content that you have already delivered in the video. Okay, so assignment, you don't need to have it as your assignment as in your full-time classes assignment, no. Okay, it can be in a form of quiz, 1 to 5 also can, doesn't matter. Okay, so the activity, it can be activity outside a website, other website activity. You just copy the link and ask your students to try it out. Okay, whether they try it out, it's up to them. Okay, because you're going to test them later on in assignment. Okay, activity, just embed some quizzes outside that is free to share. Yeah, so embed just a link, maybe just a link, just say try this out, it's from this website, and I hope it will help you in answering your assignment later. Okay, you can put 2 to 3, okay, so a minimum of 1 only activity, but it's up to you. Some people, they like to use Kahoot, up to you, you just put it in. Okay, again, it's only a link. All right, as activity. Okay, let's go to extra reading. Okay, all courses should prepare additional reading material. So this is just to fulfill the rubrics that we have in the checklist. Okay, whether you have any extra reading. This extra reading, it can be in the form of YouTube as well. Okay, extra reading means extra materials that you can find outside sources to support whatever you are teaching. Okay, so this one is also in the form of link. Do not upload it directly in our MOOC. Just show the link, and then you just mention brief. There's a description there. You should just put there, this is an extra material that you can just read through. Okay, so this is the link. Okay, so reference acknowledgement, it can be in the form of inside the weeks, or it can be right towards the end of your course. So do some reference. Okay, if you are using other people's work, then yeah, acknowledge them. Okay, so okay, so before we go to Creative Commons, do you have any questions? I cannot see my chat. Any questions? Okay, all right, so silence means I think you guys understand. Okay, so Creative Commons. Okay, so this is the license that I talked about. Okay, so I think Dr. Kenneth has done a lot of roadshow, and he covers a lot of Creative Commons license. And I think you guys are already aware of this license. Okay, so I'm just going to go through it briefly. Okay, so Creative Commons is a license, a free license for everybody. Means everybody can actually learn and actually get the knowledge. Okay, so CC BY means CC BY means you have to attribute me. You have to always credit me. Okay, when you use my material, you need to always tell that this is from me. Okay, non-commercial means you can use my material, but do not make money out of it. Okay, you cannot sell anything that is mine. Okay, so non-derivative, your version must equal to mine. There should be no changes. Okay, you cannot change whatever content that I have already put in my material. Okay, so that's it, and the license should be like that as well. Yeah, share alike means I allow you to change my material. I allow you to adapt. I allow you to adopt, but please repeat the license like share alike. Okay, all right, the license you cannot change. You need to share the license as it is. Okay, all right, okay, so I'm just so these 3 are the top 3 license that's free for all. Okay, so this is public domain, yeah. So this symbol means you can copy, 100% copy. Okay, so this symbol means you can adapt, you can change some of the materials in the content, and you can even sell it. Okay, you can even sell your course, for example. Okay, you can sell the materials there. Okay, so CC, okay, and then CCBY, share alike. Okay, so the license should be the same. Okay, so this one here, okay, this is not a free culture license, but because this is a non-commercial thing, okay, so you can copy 100%, you can also make some changes, but it's just that this one you cannot sell. Okay, all right, you can also put this in, but this one no. Okay, non-derivative, this cannot be parked in OER or MOOC. Okay, this symbol, non-derivative. Okay, you cannot park it in OER and MOOC. Okay, so because you can only copy them, so yeah, cannot. So I think that's about it. Any questions? Okay, so yeah, no questions, yeah. So I think we can pass it to the next presenter.
Can you hear me? Can you hear
Yes,
me?
loud and clear.
Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Clear,
Thank
yes.
you, Puan Eugenia and Prof. Fong, and a very good afternoon. Assalamualaikum to FPL, and happy to be here with everyone from FPL, and how I wish that we could be there so that it's even more convenient for the briefing, and perhaps we can extend a little bit more on the hands-on and all those things, which is should be more convenience and conducive, I would say. Anyway, I will share my slide here on the introductions to ITEL and its implementation, but this is just a brief introduction to ITEL and its implementation. Before I start with that, there are a few things here that I would like to address, that we will receive a representative from FPL for the talk, Benkil, trainer of trainers, on the 21st, I think. Is it on the 21st? Is it on the 21st? So the Benkil would be on the talk is scheduled on the 21st. So the reason why we need to have this thought is that we like to train from every faculty, from every faculty in UMS, I mean FPIA in UMS, so that when they go back to their faculty, they will have groups of mentees under them to be trained and implement ITEL and also PTG. And although we are not implementing PTG fully this coming semester, but this one is what we are doing here is to promote and also as an awareness towards the implementation of PTG in the next coming semesters. Right, give me a few seconds here so that I could share with you my slide. Please bear with me a few seconds. I hope you can see my slide here, everyone. Yeah, right. So before I go further with the ITEL and its implementation, there's also something that I like everyone to understand, that starting from next semester, we are migrating from Smart UMS to ITEL. But the implementation of PTT will come later. The announcement will be made by Prof. Fung officially. So anyway, in the previous years, we've been engaging into blended learning. Sorry, not that. Into blended learning, and we are so we are so much comfortable with what is called 1732. But in ITEL, we are actually moving from 1732 to 40-40-20 by percentage, in percentage form. Let me try to have full view here, but I could not somehow. So give me 1 second. I'm trying to get full screen here. So, okay, right. So this is what ITEL should look like, and I'm sure that some of you in Sandakan has already registered for ITEL, and those who have not registered your course for next semesters using ITEL, I would urge you to give your full name and your course code to the Penilaras, so that she could send over the list to PEP, and we will register for you in ITEL. The thing here is, next semesters we are migrating to ITEL, meaning to say Smart UMS will still be there, but we are not using Smart UMS anymore. Whatsoever, you still can transfer all your contents or your data, whatever that you have in your Smart UMS version 3 into ITEL. There are ways to do that, but this is a little bit different compared to last time, where you transfer from your content from Smart UMS 2 to Smart UMS version 3. This is due to a different platform. We are using a different Moodle platform here. ITEL is a different, and Smart UMS is a different platform. So there are two different platforms. That is why you need to backup, and then you need to log into ITEL and then transfer it that way from A to B. It's like moving from current house to the new house, something like that. But it can be done easily within 7 steps, seven simple steps that we have developed for you, and we will send you the procedures how it can be done easily. Right. Next here is what you will expect in ITEL. So in carry out with ITEL, there are three important components that you have to be aware of. One is the digital content, and then teaching and learning activities, and e-assessment. So digital contents are the core things. It's the content, your lecture contents, and everything about the topic that you are delivering that particular week. We have, let's say, 14 weeks. You probably have between 10 to 14 topics to cover throughout the semester. So those should go into digital content. While T&L activities refers to the activities, teaching and learning activities that we have to conduct in order to ensure that our students actually understand or sort of exercise for them to go through from the content that we have delivered. While e-assessment is for us to monitor their achievements, their knowledge on the topic that we have taught them. Right. About e-assessment, there are two things here that you have to understand. E-assessment here doesn't refer only to summative assessment. It can be summative or formative. So summative assessment we have to grade, while formative assessment is not for us to get. There are two different type of assessment here. So let's say you have uh, um, mm, midterm exam. So midterm exam is summative assessment. So topical quiz, for example, topical quiz after each quiz is not a summative assessment. That is more to test their knowledge or their comprehensions on the topic that we have delivered. That is more on the aspect of formative assessment. And here is the percentage distribution based on the PTG. PTG is pembelajaran teradun gantian. So we have here 30, 40 and 50 an example for 3 credit hours. Okay, so I understand there could be like 2 credit hours courses, 4 credit hours courses, and maybe 5, 6 or 8 credit hours courses. But here my example is just on the 3 credit hours. So based on 3 credit hours, if we are applying 30% PTG, so the hours spent on the 3 elements just now, learning content, learning material here is 14 hours. The activities 14 hours and the assessment is 8 hours. So this should cover 4 weeks out of the 14 weeks in our academic calendar. And that means it is 36 SLT being taken out from the 120 SLT student learning time that allocated for the PTG. Okay, I hope that is very clear there. 30% is the basic. We have to comply with 30%. Okay, so 40, 50, 60, 70 or 79% is really up to the faculty to decide. But 30% is compulsory, and the same thing goes before this. Yeah, when we are using Smart UMS blended learning, 30% 1732 is equal to 30%. But PTG is different. PTG is pembelajaran teradun gantian, meaning to say it is menggantikan, to replace. While in blended learning that we've been practicing before is that was not gantian. That is supportive blended learning, meaning it support what we taught our student in the class during the lectures or tutorial. So basically, well, I'm sure that Puan Sami will explain more about this one. In UMS, we don't have any garis panduan to say that we can actually replace our class using blended learning or whatever it is. So we might, what we done before in previous could be wrong. So because we don't have any garis panduan guideline, endorsed guideline, but this PTG is endorsed by the Senate, 30 up to 79% PTG. Okay, next is what is more on digital content or learning material, TNL activities or learning activities on e-assessment. As I have mentioned earlier, this 30% representing 36 SLT with 30 credit hours by the mean of distribution 40, 40, 20 percentage. So what does it mean by 40, 40, 20? It's 40% learning material, 40% learning activities, and 20% e-assessment. 40% learning material is representing by approximately 14 hours of digital content, 14 hours of learning activities, and 28 hours of e-assessment. In digital content, you may include any one of these or any combination of 2 or 3 based on suitability of your course. I do understand some of your course probably would spend more outdoors, more practical, and not on theoretical aspect like other courses where face to face is prominent. So that can be arranged. That can be arranged later. Okay. So what I'm briefing here is just on the general aspect how 30% PTG can be implemented based on 40-40-20. Right. Talking about a video, it is not advisable to have more than 10 minutes video uploaded in the ITEL because 10 minutes video is equal to 1 hour SLT. That you have to remember. 10 minutes video is equal to 1 hour SLT. So we have, let's say, 14 hours. So 14 is actually divided by 4. And then you can actually add another things like lecture notes and infographic or short articles or journal articles. Be careful when we are uploading journal article, when we ask our students to read journal articles. Some of our students don't even understand how to interpret the data. So it's like a waste of effort that we are giving them, and we ask them, we force them to read. They don't even understand how to read the data. They don't even know what are those data for. Okay, so it's like a waste of energy, a waste of time, but the benefit is very, very low. So we are actually going for the quality, not the quantity here. So the same thing goes to TNL activities here. So you can actually involve students in Como space, in forum chat, by using ITEL resources or other social media. And all these social media, all this forum chat and other whatever that resources that you use need to be embedded in the ITEL, so that make the ITEL as the hub for your course, so that they don't have to go other platform. You don't have to use other platform. You might need to work on other platform, but embed that platform in the ITEL. So your student just go into your ITEL LMS and work things from the ITEL. So e-assessment can be formative or summative. Yeah. So there are 3 elements in e-assessment that will be audited as you are complying with e-assessment PTG or ITEL is quiz. You can do quiz, you can do topical quiz, you can make easy 5-question quiz with yes or no answers. Assignments, of course, everyone has assignment, every courses have assignment. You can use that a part of the PTG as well, and also workshop. You can use workshop, okay, as the e-assessment. So here is what I am going to show you next is a little bit on the strategy, how we are how we will go about with the implementation of PTG 30% for 3 credit hours, 30% for 3 credit hours course in ITEL. Okay, right. So here is the PTG. What I am suggesting here is based on 30% PTG with 3 credit hour course. Okay, so we are suggesting like for that 3 hours, 3 credit hour course, you probably divided your course into 4 parts for PTG to comply with 30%. Okay, so you have PTG1, PTG2, PTG3, and PTG4. So each of these PTG, it doesn't mean that you have to do that continuously from week 1 until week 4. We have 14 weeks. So you can plan this very, very well in advance, because it required you to state that in your table 4 to put to choose which topic that is suitable for you, or that you think that you'll be away attending conference or you'll be away with your family on the school holiday. So that is where the PTG comes in. So all this while, what we did is when we are away, we just put everything in the Smart UMS as if it's menggantikan kita, but that is wrong thing to do, because there is no guideline to say that we can do that. But now PTG has a very clear cut, and this is not UMS, this is the whole nation. Every university, most of the university in Malaysia, in fact, has implement PTG. We are UMS is one of those yang hujung-hujung ni, along with a few more university have not complied with PTG. So we are actually, whether we like it or not, we have to go through according to what has been inspired by the Kementerian. Okay. And of course, we are going to globalizations and all these more digital contact and all those things. Yeah. So anyway, for the PTG, for PTG1, for example, just take for example here, PTG1, all you have to do is you need to only include one learning material, one learning activity, and one e-assessment. So this is the minimum that you can do. Okay, so once you have this, so meaning to say, let's say you are planning to have a PTG one before the Raya, and then 1 week Hari Raya holiday, and then when you come after the Raya, the second week after the Raya, another PTG. So, and then 1 week when you are away, let's say in Australia, attending a conference, and another maybe in week 10, you are going away with your family for a holiday because it's a school holiday. So there you have 4 PTG where you don't have to be in the class with your student. It is legal. It has been endorsed by the Senate up to 79%, but I'm talking about only 30% here. 30% is equal to 4 weeks. Later, Puan Samir will show you the whole table of this PTG from 2 credit hours until 3 and 4 until 5 credit hours or 6 credit hours. So she has all this table for you ready. Okay. Right. So in ITEL, in order for us to comply with all this one learning material, one learning activity, and one e-assessment for each of these 4 PTG, we also need you to be aware of using the correct resource icon, because at the end of the day, this resource icon will be audited. If you use the wrong icon, so you won't be audited according to PTG, or you are not comply, or you not achieve that requirement. Okay, so here we can see in comparison to what we had in Smart UMS, ITEL is more friendly in terms of color coding. So all the blues here are for learning materials. All the green and the orange are for activities, while the pink here, 3 pink, assignment, workshop, and quiz, are meant for e-assessment. So just use the correct icon, so you are complying, or you achieve the PTG, or whatever that you need to do in order for you to get that compliance. Last time we have achieved, not achieved, but now we have compliant and not compliant. So anyway, I like to remind you that there are a few icons here, a few blue here, are also in activities. But we will try to sort that thing out with JTMK if they can transfer all blue in one category, or green and orange in one category, and or the pink in one category. Okay, so this is another things that is interesting for you to go and look through, because here, if you are just type Alan Carrington here, you may see that all these skills and activities here actually has been sought out, and also some suggestions, apps or platform that can you use with your students here. Okay, you can explore this on your own. just type Alan Carrington pedagogy will, a lot of these things will come out. Okay, so before I stop, I would like to read this one, Walt Disney quotes here. We keep moving forward, opening new doors and doing new things because we are curious, and curiosity keeps leading us down the new path. We cannot just stay where we are right now. We have to keep on moving forward. Why that we need to moving forward? If we keep on staying here, remember our students, they were born in the digital age, not like us. If we say that we don't want to move along with this one, but we are here in the university. The university keep on moving forward, but we don't want to move. There is some contradicting there. Our role contradicting with the mission and visions of the university. So therefore, we have to keep on moving forward. And we at PEP will help you to move forward in order for us to give the best to our students here in UMS. So before I stop there, I would like to show just a little bit on how ITEL is look like. This is my ITEL page. Yeah. Right. So this is how ITAB page is look like when you have registered for your course. This is my course for this SEM, PA 20503. So it's basically almost the same thing as in Smart US. So don't scared, don't be afraid. It's what you have learned, what you have practiced in Smart UMS is almost the similar thing what you will find in ITEL. It's just the concept of utilizing ITEL should be a little bit different than what we've been using in Smart UMS, because Smart UMS has turned into a dumping ground. So we don't want that to happen. We don't want that kind of practice in ITEL, because ITEL should be used as a mean to increase student participation and engagement in learning using computer and enabled technology. Right. So as usual, we have this editing on button here. It's just the different color and the different location. Whatever it is, we need to click it on in order for us to work on the LMS page. So I would like to share with you a little bit here on my ITEL. One thing here about this ITEL, there is no button for synopsis. So we try to add that one. We, make things easier for everyone. So therefore, since there is no synopsis, so what I did here is I turned my synopsis into a different, into more graphic way, in graphic form. So here is my synopsis for the course. I even have my CLO1, CLO2, and CLO3 in the course, in the LMS here. All right. So beside this, I also have a brief things about my course PA 203, so that the student can read here and know what they would expect throughout the 14 semesters, and also the assessment rubric. My assessment rubric here is in digital form, and they are, of course, they are need to do digital poster, digital portfolio, and oral presentation. So the thing here is we need to let our student know what are the rubrics. They need to know where their marks come from. We should not hide this rubric from them. Okay, because we need them to hit the highest here. So this is how we help our students to hit the highest. If they think that 10 is too heavy, they can just look at 1 or 2 here. No interest in exploring issues for a given task, so they might get this one. But if they demonstrate excellent interest in exploring issues for a given task, they probably be between 9 to 10 here. So this is how we help them to get marks. And same thing goes to my digital portfolio rubric. and also the oral presentation rubrics. But in oral presentation rubric, I add multimedia technology support here as one of the elements that I am also weighed for their marks, knowing that they are in the digital world. So this shouldn't be any problem, which has been proven many times that whenever that I include the digital aspect, the digital multimedia technology aspect in the assignment, it never goes wrong. In fact, they did even better. Even this morning, when we were at FSSA, Professor Jualang said that he preferred the students to come up with other things in digital instead of writing, because their writing will be like the horrendous things ever read. So anyway, if we look at this one, this is what I mean by add and activity resources. If we click on this one, what we will get is this. These are all color coded. Okay, so you can use book, file. This is what we always use: file and folder and label. So these are the most used in the smart UMS. Okay, and quiz, and remember we have chat here, and you also have choices here that you can use maybe for attendance, for example. Okay, if you don't find it a little bit complicated to use OBE, you can just use choice here and then transfer that into OBE, or from OBE you can transfer to choice. This is really up to you, to your creativity, how you play around with all these resources that we have provided for you in the ITEL. And the last part that I like to share with you here is how a presentation can be done through a Flipgrid here. If I can go through here, let me see if I can share with you. Give me a few minutes. I will try to share with you. Okay. All right, you are on the same page with me. So here we see that this is how my students work on their oral presentation, the recorded video presentation from December 20th. I have 101 recorded video in here. Okay, so for example, this one video presentation. Of course, we must have a very clear instructions here. It's an individual task, blah, 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 and record. So they just press here and they record. So they don't have to go here and there other places to record or their things. Or if sometimes there are a few of them who recorded somewhere else and they embedded it here. They know how to work with this thing. Sometimes we can't even think how they work this thing, but it make it so interesting. For example, these are all their recording. These are all their assignments. These are all their presentation that I am assessing based on 10% or 20%. I can't actually remember the allocation of mark given for them for this task. So this is how I'm sharing with you how interesting to work with ITEL and what it can and how it can be implemented well. So don't be afraid, because your representative will be explained, and we will have your representative to go through all these exercises and come home with a lot of knowledge and how to implement this in Sanakan. Okay, so I have also topical quiz here, and this is an example of infographic posters, and this is my class. I have here my class slide. So everybody going into here, and I'm also doing here because this is a hybrid class. I have numbers of students outside Malaysia, in Indonesia and Vietnam, so we are studying together. So that is why I have them all here in this ITEL. So every week they just log into ITEL, and I'm also there with them. So we go through the slide together, and they can find all these hyperlinks that can bring them to the resource that I need them to read. For example, this one, if I click on that part, so it will go here. So this is how we help them to get um, uh, more information, because we have to understand that some of them need text to read, and some of them don't even like to read text. So those who don't fancy text, so I also have prepared for them some videos. So for those who don't like to read, they can watch videos and listen videos. For those who prefer to read, because to them, to this group of students, if there is no written notes, so there is no lesson. Okay, so they need something to read. Okay, my class is the topic this week is complete because I have something to read. And but there are other students who, I hate to read more, so they like to watch. So I prepared for them the video. So this is how we help our students to help different groups of students to cater with their learning. Remember that we, even us, the lecturers, not just the student, as a human being, we have this what we call 8 multiple intelligences, interest in different way of studying more. Some introverts are. So we have to cater all these groups of students. So I think that is all from me, and thank you very much. If you have questions, I think I can try to help you to answer some of the doubt that you have, but more will be presented by Puan Sami. Thank you so much.
Amin, there is one question for you in the chat.
Yeah, Prof. Give me 1 minute, Prof. I see this. Changing platform from Smart UMS to ITEL from 1732 to 404020, fulfilling 404020. Is it yes, it is a must because that has been gazetted and endorsed by the Senate. Last discussion between PPKA and FPL, we have a number of courses that not fulfill 404020. After the discussion period addressed, Dr. Dennis and Dr. Amir just agreed that we have a numbers of courses can be excluded. Yes, I agree with that, because it is also one of our concern, and we are aware, PEP is aware that not all courses can comply with 40-40-20. So therefore, the classes who are like Sulam and all those things, who are like courses in counseling, whereby they need to have 14 weeks lab face-to-face session. So we cannot enforce 40-40-20 on those courses. So they are going to 1732. Okay, so don't worry about the implementation of 40-40-20 if your course could not comply. The nature of your course somehow does not suit with the 40-40-20. Okay. I hope I have answered that part. And when it's come to table 4, maybe Puan Sami could explain later more on that aspect. So is there anything else that I can help you with, FPL?
Cik Minuddin?
Yeah.
Okay, Jalo here. Just have a question for you,
Okay.
Cik. Just now you mentioned something about digital content. One of them is video, which is you said 10 minutes is equivalent to 1
1
hour
hour.
of SLT.
Yes.
Do you have any equivalent in terms of maybe, let's say, lecture notes or
Yeah.
slides? What is the equivalent?
Okay. So far we have not listed that one yet. So we are trying to find out based on other resources that we can allocate. For example, lecture notes according to hours of lectures. But if I'm not mistaken, if we are conducting online lectures, it has it 2 hours lectures physical, but it's not 2 hours. I can't remember 45 minutes or 1 hour equal to 2 hours lectures physical. I can't actually remember that, but I have to get it somewhere concrete before I really put it in on the paper, you know. So we were looking at that because thank you so much, because you are not the first one who actually rose that concern. There are other faculty as well has mentioned about that aspect too. We will look into that and get back to everyone as soon as we found the concrete evidence for that. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Welcome. If there is no more questions from FPL, perhaps I could pass the floor to Puan Salmi. Puan Salmi, Dr. Prof. Fung, do you wish to add anything else before I pass the floor to Puan Salmi?
I think we pass it to Puan Sami for now. Yes.
Yep. Because we are.
There's
we
a
are-
question, Encik, from Puan DK.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
please.
yeah, Encik Amin.
Yeah,
I would
Puan
like
DK.
to ask you uh, about the courses that can't fulfill the 40-40-20. What's the procedure? Do we have to apply it or forward all the courses details to PEP or
Yeah.
how? You please
Yeah,
explain. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. Of course. We need to know so that we can, when the audit for the achieve and not achieve, so it can be audited accordingly, and also it will be fair for everyone lah kan. Okay.
So for those courses, do they still can use ITEL
Yes.
without
Yes.
applying?
Yes,
Yes, without
yes.
applying the 40-40.
Sebab next time memang kita akan just migrate totally to ITEL, no more smart. It's just the implementation can be ini. Whatsoever, Puan Sami has a bigger solution for that one. Puan Sami is ready, so I think I better pass the microphone to Puan Sami. Thank you so much, everyone, and DK, thank you so much. Nanti jumpa di KK on the 21st, and yeah, okay, and all the best to everyone. All to you, Puan Sami.
Thank you, Mr. Amin. Puan DK, what's your question just now regarding the what?
About the do we have FPL have to apply for all those courses that doesn't comply with 40-40-20 to
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Before, because I think we already have this cognitive overload hearing all the presentation, so it's better for me to answer the question first from Puan DK. You don't have to apply actually. What the faculty can do is, each of all the lecturer, they try to use the table 4, the latest person, and then try to fulfill if possible for the 40-40-20. But if you cannot fulfill, because I know in FPL you have a lot of hands-on activities, so we know about it. So if the courses couldn't fulfill the requirement of 40-40-20, you wouldn't be as classified as the PTG, but your courses will be classified as PTS, the 1732. So because the changes is last time with 1732 is either you achieve or not achieve the 1732 to get your 5% marks in LNPT. But with the PTG, you try first, the faculty decide first whether the courses can achieve the 40-40-20, the PTG, but if the course cannot fulfill the requirement, automatically the course will be classified as 1732. So that is the decision. We give this we give the prerogative for the faculty to decide about it. Okay. Is it clear, Dike, Puan Dike?
So we don't have to list it and forward those courses to APAP?
After it been disahkan in your meeting lah, JKPA meeting, and then just inform PEP about it, because we will take that into account when we do the audit. Which courses is PTG, which course is PTS. So just inform us. As usual, sometimes when the courses doesn't fulfill the requirement needed, the faculty could write to us and inform us about it. PEP will take action on it.
All right, noted, please. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And Dr. Chi asked about the changing of platform. So for Sulam, I know there's a the definition of Sulam is I have to read it here. Where is this? Okay, this one. Because Sulam is pembelajaran imersif bersemuka. So pendekatan bersemuka bermakna melebihi 70% of SLT berlaku secara fizikal. So it means dengan definition begitu, if your course is a Sulam, you wouldn't fulfill the 40-40-20. So you will be the one yang akan masuk kategori 173. Is it clear, Dr. Chi? Alah. Stop dulu.
She answered yes, very clear. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, now I would like to share my slide. Okay. Here's my slide. Okay. Actually, this will be a short presentation because some of what I would like to say have been mentioned by Encik Amin just now. So put myself there. Okay. So if Encik Amin Encik Amin has explained for you about the ITEL, that is the delivery of the PTG. But actually what we'll be presenting is on the table 4 itself. Okay, so how do you develop your table 4 to meet the 40-40-20 requirement? So let's go to the next slide. This is the agenda for my presentation. What is blended learning and the current change in Malaysia? How to design a substitute blended learning, we call it PTG, and how does what the simulation based on the student learning time. So I will show you a live table 4 and how we make we develop the table 4 according to the 40-40-20 requirement. So PEP is not doing a PTG out of thin air. This is based on what are the garis panduan in the national level. If you want to read more, you can read on the playbook on pengajaran and pembelajaran dalam talian. It is a 130 pages book, but for PTG, you only have to read the chapter 1.5. They're strictly on PTG. And then the general guideline that we are referring now is on the Garis Panduan Pelaksanaan Pembelajaran Teradun Gantian, which was published in 2020 during the COVID. So actually what from my presentation is based on the data from these guidelines. Okay, next. Okay. This slide answering the why. The why should we adopt the PTG? So based on the slide, we see that since 2014, the KPT have planned for an online learning for the university. So as mentioned by Prof. Fong just now, we are supporting the KRN9 of globalized online learning. So actually, it started in 2014, but the real action is in 2018 when there's a bengkel pemantapan pelaksanaan pembelajaran teradun, in which in this bengkel they differentiate the category of pembelajaran teradun gantian, the PTG, and pembelajaran teradun sokongan. So what is pembelajaran teradun sokongan? Pembelajaran teradun sokongan is the 1732. So all this while, since 2018 to now 2023, actually UMS is practicing pembelajaran teradun sokongan. We are supporting our teaching and learning. So, but with PTG, actually, we can replace our teaching, our physical face-to-face teaching, to an online version. And it is stated in the garis panduan PTG for UMS, which was sudah diluluskan last December 2022. Okay. This is the formula. All of us know the formula of 1732. We skip the 543520, and then now we are migrating to 40-40-20. Actually, in 2018, UMS was asked whether we could adopt the 40-40-20 during that time, but in 2018 we just promoted the 1732. If PEP want to introduce another formula, all the lecturer will get angry to PEP because the changes is too fast. So my request to the MIPTA is let UMS have the UMS lecturer have the awareness first. So based on our achievement for blended learning since 2008 and 2023, UMS has achieved nearly 197%, I think. So it means in terms of awareness on blended learning, we are already there. So, and the 1732 is based on the quantity of materials that we update online. But for PTG, actually, our focus is more on the quality of our teaching and learning. That's why, because all of us are already aware, so there's no more young state faculty should get the 100%, you'll get the platinum, silver, gold award. No, there's no more, because during that time we want people, lecturer in UMS, to be aware of blended learning. But now we are migrating to PTG, the 40-40-20, but at the same time, the 1732 is still there. Teaching where is still the online sources, which is still supporting to your physical teaching and learning. Okay, what is the difference between supportive and substitute? For supportive 1732, it should be face-to-face. It could be in virtual or teleconferencing. And if you couldn't attend your physical lecture, you have to replace your class. And in UMS, I've tried to find documents which stated that we can replace our class, but maybe I didn't dig far enough. I haven't found the document. I've asked around, but still the document is not there, because actually we need the document so that when there's an auditor asks us, di manakah sumber that you can replace, we can show the document. But at this moment, in 1732, there's no written document saying that we can replace. But thankfully, in our PTG for substitute, if you couldn't attend your class face-to-face, you can replace your class online, and then it is started in our UMS guideline. So when you're away for your, maybe for your field work, you have a conference, maybe you're on holidays, you can just put all your notes or your video online, and the teaching is still there. The student can still access your class, and they can still access it anytime and anywhere. Okay. What is the definition of blended learning? Is a combination of online learning and face-to-face learning with 30% to 79%. In UMS practice, we are practicing the 30% of blended learning of content, activities, and assessment conducted online, either supporting or replacing face-to-face learning. So this is the definition of blended learning in Dasar e-Pembelajaran Negara 2011. Okay, go next, please. Okay. So if you adopt the PTG, actually there's no changes in the way we're teaching. Actually the table 4 is still the same. We teach still the same. So the 70 hours is still conventional. 70% is still conventional. You still do your lecture, tutorial, lab, self-learning, and assessment. But the PTG, for the 30% PTG, then the 30% PTG, it means 30% from your SLT, which is 120 hours, which is equal to 36 hours. That's why we said that if PTG you have in your table 4, the PTG should be in 36 hours, but the proportion will be 40% of the 36 hours are for learning materials, which is 14 hours. 40% of 36 hours for learning activities, which is 14 hours as well. And for learning assessment, 20% of 36 hours equal to 8 hours for assessment. So actually, 1732, the 1732, 1732 actually comes also from 30% of our jumlah jam bersemuka with students. Last time, the calculation will be 3 credit hours class times 14 weeks will equal to 42 hours. So 30% of 42 hours will reach 12.6. So we round up it to 13 hours. The 13 hours is 1 for synopsis, plus 7 for the material, plus 3 for the student engagement, and 2 for the assessment. So the 1732 actually is 30% from your jumlah jam bersemuka students. But now we are changing it to SLT. That's why we have to go to our table 4, because it is based on the student learning time of 120 hours. Next. Enter. Why? Okay. I think all of you already know what is bahan pengajaran and everything. Okay, I stop here because just now there's a question from Dr. Jallo. I think, how do you manage to count how many kuliah slides for the teaching? I think if we go back to, I have to read this one for you, because actually we have done the calculation. There's a document on it, on the calculation docs, garis panduan. In our garis panduan pelaksanaan pengajaran dan pembelajaran secara jarak jauh yang produced by PPKA. So for instance, this here on lecture, menelaah bahan bacaan dalam talian, SLT adalah dikira dengan anggaran 5 minit untuk satu paparan skrin ataupun muka surat. So if you have 18 slides of PowerPoints times 5 minutes, it will equal to 1.5 hours. 1,5 jam, 1.5 jam ya, 1 jam setengah. So maybe Dr. Jallo, you can look into the garis panduan pengajaran pembelajaran. This is during garis panduan pelaksanaan pengajaran dan pembelajaran secara jarak jauh UMS. During the pandemic, it was produced by PPKA. Okay. Then, okay, thank you, Dr. Jallo. I think yang 40-40 ini you already know. Okay. For us to achieve the PTG, we should meet at least the 30% of the 30% of the SLT. So if 30%, like just now I explained, is 36 hours. So 36 hours to 14 hours in your table 4 should be in materials. 14 hours in your table 4 should be there should be an activity, and then 8 hours in your table 4 there should be an assessment. And actually the most asked question from lecturer is berapa kali kuliah boleh ganti? So based on the guidelines yang and from other university that we refer, minimum 4 weeks. So from the 14 weeks, you can choose any 4 topics that you think that you can organize it and do it online. So you let's say you on week 6 weeks like next semester, the week 5 will be Raya, I think. Week 5 will be the Raya. So maybe you can change your topic for week 5 is something that you can conduct online. So you don't have to think about you have to go to the office to do your lecture. You can replace it for your class during that time. Because if you ask the students, if you go home balik kampung, of course the class, if you have 100, maybe only 50 will come. The others masih lagi raya-raya di kampung. So it depends on the lecturer how you manage, how you plan your course for your 14 weeks. So if the faculty decide that they want to go more banyak online, like 40%, so the hours for material will go up lah. Material, activity, and assessment, it will go on like 40%. It will be 19 hours, activity 19 hours, and assessment 10 hours. This is the example for 3 credit hours. For 2 credit hours, so the hours will be lesser. It will be, if 120 is 36, but for 2 credit hours, it is 80 hours. It would be 24 hours for PTG. So the material for the material should be in 10 hours, activity 10 hours, then the assessment 4 hours in your table 4. Another table, if you have 4 credit hours, 160. Okay. Is there any courses in FPL that have 1 credit hours? Adakah Dr. Jallo?
Ada tuh Puan
I
Saleh.
think we have 1 or 2
Yes.
courses, I think.
Okay, if there is, I will provide the table for them. So next, you don't have to calculate yourself, you just follow the table. Another 6 credit hours ada, Pondike?
Rasanya tidak ada,
We
tapi
have 12 credit, I think, for latihan
12,
industry.
yes, for LI.
Okay, for latihan, saya rasa if latihan industry, automatically we could, I think we couldn't achieve that PTG, but maybe the penyelaras who prepare the table for, maybe you can try to put in. But usually latihan industry memang doesn't follow the PTG unless during the preparation time, macam you provide the taklimat online, you provide all the materials online, so maybe you can achieve that one. But I doubt, because I never tried it yet, so I don't know. Maybe the thing is we have to try our courses to put in the table 4, and then we know whether we could achieve it or not. But if you couldn't achieve it, don't force yourself. It means that it will be categorized as 1732. So I will give you ini contoh one of the table 4 that we use to develop. Actually, this is because we test drive this table 4 with other TDAs. This is Dr. Darmesa class courses. You refer to I will give you the apa tu, where you can download the table 4, the new table 4. You use the template which is on the 13th October 2020. So actually the table 4 is as usual. You put all the data like this. What is your cost, everything. And then put your CLO here, the PLO, this one 1 and 6. So this is exam based, the level of it, learning outcome. So after putting this, this is where actually we are familiar with this. We just put the number of hours here. So to make it things easier, what I do is I choose 4 weeks where I want to do my online classes. So you fulfill that first. And then and how to calculate whether you have fulfilled the material, then the activities in this part is in this part. For materials, you will look at this, the online technology, this one, second, online technology mediated synchronous materials, and you plus the number with this one, online technology mediated asynchronous material. In PTG's eyes, your replacement class can be online, synchronous, but also you can provide videos of your lecture, or maybe you only provide material slides of your lecture. So it depends on you what to put in your ITEL, all the documents in the ITEL. It's up to you. So if you look here, the materials is already 14 here, but plus 1, it will be 15. For activities, you put it here, put the numbers, and then you'll get 14 here. I remember just now I tell you, 36 hours comprised of 14 hours of material. Yeah, this already 15, and 15 hours of activities. This is the 14. So you can see actually whether you achieve or not here. Okay. SBL for learning materials 15, more than okay lah. Lepas tu learning activities 14. So you already achieved for the 14 requirement. But for the assessment, it's not here. Okay, you put it in this here, in the assessment part. So like this, there's only one mini project. The person put in the mini project asynchronous, then it equals to 7.2. Okay. Why 7.2 nanti? Sebab this is for the independent learning. Okay. In the assessment, the figure is locked. For 10% mark, the independent learning time is 3.6 hours. So it's already locked here. So if it's a 20% mark, it will be 7.2. So when we have to put it here 7.2, and the independent learning is 0. Why 0? Because in PTG, when you do asynchronous, it means you're already independent learning. So you don't have to put the number, the figure in the independent learning. Macam di sini in the teaching learning, you see just now. This is the lecture where they are doing for PTG. They choose for PTG. So there's no independent learning there. 3. 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So go back to the assessment. Actually, the magic is here. Actually, the changes is only in the PTG. So you can look here at the SLT summary. You will have all the hours there. At the last part, there will be a figure of your whether you achieve your SLT or your PTG or not. So there are 2 ways to achieve this. It's either you are based on the 36 hours, the 14, 8 hours, but sometimes because we are more flexible in terms of this, as long as the proportion is still in this category lah, 40, 20. Kenapa ada perpuluhan tu? Because in the independent learning, when the calculation is locked, so there will be a perpuluhan in your SLT. So as long as not macam your learning material, it becomes like the percentage will be 50. So it doesn't proportionate with the other. Nanti yang lain jadi 50, 10, 30, 20. So it already sudah keluar daripada prinsip the PTG, in which we have to, the proportion should be whether it's 36 hours minimum or it is in the proportion of 40, 40, 20. Okay, this is CAP. I think CAP is okay. Actually, for audit purposes, because people said that kalau auditor datang, actually auditor hanya will look into this only, this table 4. And actually in the table 4, dia tidak pun tulis sana ada PTG ke tidak. Tidak akan. Unless tiba-tiba there somebody yang tiba-tiba dia audit, dia tengok if you do online, where's the bukti? So you can show the bukti in your ITEL punya uploads. You can use that as your bukti support for your online learning. Okay. Ini habis for this. That is the simulation of the simulation. The first agenda sudah, second agenda pun sudah. This is the third agenda is also there. Kita tengok what's in my slide lagi. Okay, this is the simulation just now. The third agenda is for me to show you the simulation on how to develop your table 4. Next. Okay. This is what last time nih. When I first go to FPL, it was in 2018. I am still the penyelaras during that time. Actually, and then second time I went to FPL is when I'm doing saya rasa as a panel penilai for MQA dalaman on saya rasa in 2019. Okay. If you want to try the new table 4, it's not the improved version of table 4, you can go to the bit.ly table PTG ni, or you can scan this one. But sometimes, I don't know, in other faculty, ada yang dapat through, ada yang minta permission. So it's up to you nanti mungkin, because this is PPKA punya table, this is PPKA punya SharePoint. So I will give the bit.ly table for PTG tu dalam chat nanti sebentar lagi. So the next slide is, adakah lagi? I think this is the last. Thank you very much for your attention. So if you have other questions, maybe you can ask regarding the table 4 sajalah. Okay? Okay, thank you. I saw the dekan is already here. Hello, dekan.
Ya, Puan Salmi. Terus,
dekan tadi saya ada email pasal yang request from FPL untuk hantar satu wakil daripada FPL, and then we agree to membiayai tiket penerbangan tu.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, Prof. It's a win-win, Prof. Because we also want FPL juga dia tidak ketinggalan.
Yes. Well, tiada kan ada. We usually will send, but then inilah kita bising sikit sama Bendari lah.
Okay. Okay, Dr. Jallo, I think you raise up hand just now.
Puan, it's okay by mistake. Thank you.
Okay. So I hope in terms of the PTG, because the question is wajibkah kami buat? So nanti the letter will follow. There's the letter mentioning that kita fully guna yang PTG punya table 4 new sesi. So lama lagi. So, but we have to do the awareness earlier supaya at least when you have problems in developing your PTG, we still have ample time to help you on how to go about it. But at the same time, because we don't want to change what you have been doing in your teaching, because you have been excellent doing your teaching hands-on, so don't change your teaching, the way you're teaching face-to-face too, because you want to fit into PTG. If the best way is for you to do the face-to-face, so might as well go to face. You just report, like I mentioned just now, you just report to PEP, the faculty just report to faculty that you agree that only certain subject can achieve the PTG, but certain subject you cannot achieve the PTG. And then for the Sulam, automatically you should be under the PTS lah, the 1732, not the PTG. I think that's all. Ada soalan lagi kah? There's no soalan. Mesti sudah penat nih.
Dr. Azwan,
Yes, bro.
from sini. Yeah, thank
Yes,
you.
bro.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I
a bit
think,
late, bro.
so I think all the explanation by Puan Sami, Encik Amiruddin, and also by Puan Eugenia, we hope they are all important and useful for everyone. Next week, we will be expecting a memo coming out from the Pejabat Naib Chancellor berkaitan dengan the use of IT, fully using ITEL next semester. And then with regard to the PGT and Table 4, the full implementation will be actually in the next session, another session. So we hope that is clear.
Okay, Prof. Sorry, because I came late. I'm sorry to ask this. This is very simple thing, I guess. We're going to use ITEL next semester, right?
Yes.
So we have to re-upload things again. I'm now in ITEL and I can log in. Of course, it's empty there. So we have to put in our materials again, or it is automatic, will be transferred. Thank you.
Okay. Puan Sami, you'd like to say something here? Yeah, we will have to put in your own materials there.
Okay.
At the same time, you can actually install, you can record actually all your past Smart V3 punya material, and then you can upload over here again.
All right. Okay, bro.
Okay, thank you.
Doctor. Actually,
Regarding
Nur Haziza.
Okay.
Yeah, Nur Haziza.
I think just now.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, nampak.
Silakan.
No, I just saw Dr. Jallo raise his hand. Sorry.
Hello.
Go ahead, go ahead.
No, regarding Dekan's question just now, I think Encik Amiruddin just mentioned earlier that he will give us a 7-step procedure how to transfer the things from Smart V3 to ITEL.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I hope that this is way much easier than the previous one, Prof.
It'll be very exciting.
Because I also personally for this semester I tried the one that used Classroom in MS Team, and I found it very engaging lah.
Yes. Okay.
Well, never mind. I know because this is easier for reporting and auditing. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Any other question? Yeah.
I have, Prof, I have one question.
Yes.
About the TOT date, which is extend to 21st, right?
Yes.
21st March. Actually, why is it so late? Because we're gonna open the semester on 27, right? So we have the time. We need the time to transfer the technology to all the lecturer and to learn some more about this ITEL features and everything. Why is it so? Why is it so, Prof?
Sorry, why is it? It is so late, is it?
Yeah, because the TOT, the transfer technology, for the ITEL,
Yeah.
extend the time, right?
Yeah.
To 21st.
We couldn't get it earlier. We wanted to do it much earlier. In fact, actually on the 17th is our Amanat VC kan?
Yep.
That was actually our reserve date for our TOT. Yeah, but you know, Amanat BC are override. Yeah, but no worry because considering the ITEL, just the name is ITEL, but the interfaces all lebih kurang sama saja. No problem.
All right, all right.
And with respect to JTMK, they very much want us to go into ITEL very quickly because the data is all are more secure in this particular version 4. Thank you. No worry, we will be working together. Don't worry. Okay, Dr. Jallo.
Yes, Prof. I don't know
Okay.
if Enchik Aminuddin is around or he has left.
No, he's not around here at the moment.
Oh,
He has
okay,
got a
okay.
conference, attending to a conference.
I
But
see. Okay.
the infographic that he mentioned will be shared very, very soon.
Right. Okay. Okay, Prof. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. So I think back to you, DK.
Okay.
Yes.
I would like to shout out to all lecturer. Is there any last question from the floor before I'm ending the session? Perhaps no question, yeah? All right. Okay. From Dekan, do you like to say a few words before we end the session?
I would like to say thank you very much to Prof Fong and the teams, for having this roadshow. I think I delivered to Prof Fong is possible. I said physical Prof. I think they have also
Yes.
money constraint. We would like to have you here so that we
Yes.
can. No, I think it's better for us to meet face to face. But
Yes.
anyways, thank you very much again. And for the faculty, we try our best lah. Means that if you
Yes.
look at our achievement as well, I think we are quite 100% for these several
Yes.
semesters, right?
Yes. Very
So
impressive.
yes, I myself as well is very interested in using all this online platform.
Oh yes.
That's why I
Yes.
said I explored myself using the classroom for MS Team for last semester, and it was very, very wonderful actually. Well, anyways, thanks again, and I hope that I thank you very much for sponsoring one of our faculty members to go for the bank.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that, and I
Thank
hope
you.
that our cooperation, and then of course we would like to learn more about this e-learning stuff from you. Thank you very much,
Yes.
Prof.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Aswan. Thank you, DK, and thank you to all our fellow colleagues. We hope to see all of you soon. And any questions, we are always ready to support you. Contact us. Okay. You like to take a photograph together?
Yes, please.
Oh, by the way, Prof, forgot to tell you that the term for Puan DK to be the e-learning penyelaras is over. Many times she reminded me, so that we will come out with the new name soon. Yeah.
Oh, we will
I would
miss
like to thank you
you.
very much as well to Puan DK lah. She did very wonderful job during her term.
Yeah. Wonderful job. We will miss her. Okay. Thank you so much, DK. Thank you.
Okay,
All
let's
right,
take
for the
photos.
session, everyone.
For the session, everyone.
Yeah, can
In the webcam.
okay. Can you please all on the webcam? Okay.
Saya
Alright.
akan print screen di sini ya, screenshot.
Okay. I hope take crew also, yeah, can take a photo. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay. One more photo, freestyle.
Lagi ni belum buka lagi ni.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. We got it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Everyone.
Okay. Bye. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Prof. Fong.
Thank you, Dr. Aswan. Yeah.
Thank you, Puan
Thank you,
Sarsi.
you,
Thank you,
DK.
Puan Eugenia. Thank you.
See you again. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.